Hey, hi, medical assistant students. All right, we have another little video here of dosage calculations and another one that's different. Got some bigger numbers here, but I want to show you how bigger numbers like these really don't have to be intimidating as they seem. So same concept, we're going to write our equations out and then we'll go back and take a look um, at the order to figure out what the doctor ordered and what we have on hand and how much we're going to administer. So D, oops, that doesn't look like a D very much, equals X over V, or A equals D over H times Q. All right. Reading that D is going to drive me nuts. There we go. The provider orders 300,000 units, not milligrams, units of penicillin to be administered intramuscularly, IM, daily for 7 days. The medication is available in a dose of 100,000 units per 1 milliliter. Use dosage calculations. Let's figure out, oh, whoops, not tablets. We're not doing tablets. How many milliliters we are going to administer. My apologies on that. All right, so the doctor will go back to the scenario. The doctor orders 300,000 units. And when you write units, you don't just put U. You're going to write units out. That's um, one of the things in dosage calculations that you don't abbreviate, not the unit, because it can be misconstrued as the abbreviation for microgram, and it's also been confused with a zero or something else. All right, so now we're going to do what's on hand, and we find, so anyway, circle the doctor's order, and now we're going with what's on hand is 100,000 units equals X over the vehicle is 1 milliliter. 1 milliliter. We're going to get rid of the units, and cross multiply. So we have 300,000 milliliters equals 100,000 X. And yes, you will see numbers like this. Penicillin is one that is administered in those 100,000 unit dosages. Okay, again, we got to get the X over here by itself. So you're going to divide by 100,000 and divide by 100,000. Set that up. 100,000, remember 100,000 goes on the outside of the division sign. 300,000. Now, looking at this one's pretty simple, but if it were a more complex one, I'd want to shorten those numbers down if I could to make it easier. So when you have a bunch of zeros that are at the end of a number and you're doing this, you can cross off the same number of zeros in both numbers to make it equal and smaller. So if I'm going to cross off this zero, I can cross off this zero. If I cross off this zero, I can cross off that zero, and so on, and so on, and so on. And now it changes to 1 goes into 3, and you're still going to get the same answer. 1 goes into 3, 3 times 1 is 3 minus, and you have 0. So I have 3 milliliters equals X, and 3 milliliters is how much I'm going to give. Not all equations that have big numbers like that are going to turn out like that, but if they do, Whatever you do on the inside, you have to do on the outside of this division sign right here. So keep that in mind. We'll go back to this equation. It's going to figure out the same though, and it gives you the same calculation, but we'll plug it in. So our doctor's order is 300,000 units. On hand, I have 100,000 units times, and then the quantity, same as the vehicle, is that 1 milliliter. Get rid of my units because they cross each other out. And then I'm going to go back to this division right there and do this division. But again, you can get rid of, 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 and then I only have these two numbers that I do my division on. One goes into 3 times. 3 times 1 milliliter is 3 milliliters. Again, the answer is still the same. All right. Let me know if you have any questions or need more help.